Welcome back to another training with Mrs. Hartley. I am your technology liaison for the North Clayton High School campus, and this month I'm going to cover the October training. So you'll find this particular slide in, let me show you the visual. If you go to your Canvas and you look for the Coach's Corner, which that's what I'm doing right now. So here's my Coach's Corner. And Mrs. Saylor and Dr. Culver were kind enough to give me a little spot to add my delivery platform in the Coach's Corner. So if you scroll down, you should see in the center of it this particular icon. Click on it, and it will take you to this slide deck, which I use now to update your training materials every month, all in one hub. And that way you don't have to worry about trying to find the location of the various resources. So, what I've done, every time you click on one of the months, it'll actually take you to the slide that is equivalent to that month's training. So, I've added September video. It's right here. So there's the video delivery and some of the resources go along with it, including the QR code for you to log your training. And I will be doing the same thing where I'll hyperlink this video the one I'm recording right now, and this will be highlighted. Do not forget to go ahead and log your training by utilizing the QR code that is visible right here. So this month's training is titled Foster Future Authors. So it's a little more emphasis on, excuse me, being able to help our students and ourselves become future authors, or work on our writing and using the tools within the Google for Education workspace. So let me get straight into it. Here we go. And this is just to keep it very brief. Once again, you'll click on October and it'll take you directly to this video. All right. So just to give you an overview, sign in and the upcoming trainings. Of course, this video is recorded after the fact, but these links will still work for you to be able to access the training materials. So feel free to peruse through the various resources that Clayton County Public Schools Technology Department is providing for us to utilize for instructional technology. We are working on three very specific objectives. One is being able to utilize voice typing and predictive text for writing rehearsal. So I'll go over that really quickly. I'll also show you two different ways to cite sources. And I think this is just outstanding because when I was an undergraduate or in my graduate studies, I had to struggle with my citations. Now students have this wonderful resource, and there's an old-fashioned, more so traditional way that I will show you, and then there's the way that simplifies the process. And lastly, I'll show you a quick way to either track feedback or provide suggestions and comments and various different drop-down menus that you may be able to utilize assigning work to students or group work with students, or even something that you may be working on in your professional learning communities. So let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. So the first thing I will show you is how to utilize the voice typing. Now this feature works in both Google Docs and Google Slides, but let me go ahead and just show you in a Google Doc. And this is just a brief review from something I previously showed you before. Make sure you click on your tools right here. And this is just my sample um, document. And when you click on voice typing the very first time around, and you can also access this feature by clicking Control Shift S simultaneously. So voice typing, you'll have this pop up. The very first time you utilize it, it will ask you for giving the program, the platform permission to access your speaker. So once you click that and you start speaking, you automatically have access to the typing, voice typing feature. I think it's the neatest thing. And I think it'll be a great idea if you show students, especially those that consistently complain about not um, having enough time to type, or students that could possibly um, take, you know, I would say use it as an excuse not to complete your typing assignment. So there we go. That's something for you. I have issues with carpal tunnel, and this is not even from typing, but from something I've done previously to typing a lot. And well, I'll just be transparent. I used to decorate wedding cakes and birthday cakes, so carpal tunnel is definitely one of the issues I have. And now I can type and then maybe go back and edit as I see fit. All right, so that's that feature. Let me go ahead and turn that off. And while we are in this, I can go ahead and give you a little quick pointer towards predictive text. And once you click on tools and you find the preferences, and make sure, now some ELA teachers will probably have a problem with students being able to utilize predictive text if you are in elementary or middle school and grammar or spelling is still some one of the core things that the students are learning. But I will say I would ensure that the students um, devices are set on not being able to use the tool. So if you click on preferences, it'll give you a drop down menu. Make sure you look for show smart compose suggestions, and that is our predictive text. I think it's a great idea because we are so accustomed to having predictive text in our cellular devices. We've become so attached to that feature that oftentimes it becomes frustrating if this is not a feature that's been utilized. So on and off, depending on if you feel like it needs to be used or not. And here we go on the predictive text feature. I'm going straight into the citations option. And the neat part about that is, like I said before, it is less complex than it was before when I was in high school and in college. So the newer version of doing it, look at the bottom right of the screen. You'll see this little plus icon, or I don't know how else to maybe describe it. But once you hover over it, the term or the word explore pops up. You click on that, and you have an option either to go ahead and put the website that you're citing from, or a document, or possibly even a question. And as let me, Clayton County CCPS. Let me see if that works. I have not played with this feature in a while in terms of using it actually. So, okay. So once you hover over the various websites, you can look for this quotation option. And once you do that, it automatically gives a footnote, and it cites it on the very bottom of your text. So that is one option. The other option is, which is more traditional, click on tools, look for citations, and then it's more something similar to what we're used to from previous years. Now, I don't see Kate Arabian, which is the way of citing my professors in college asked for me to utilize, but we have MLA, APA in Chicago. So there you go. And you're going to add the text, and it gives you various other resources. So there's a little tidbit on citations that I'm sure you, especially if you are in graduate studies right now, you probably love that for yourself, and you can share that information with your students. All right, going straight into the third objective, which is a drop down menu. So we're in this text now, and it's great to be able to work with a group of people or even get to a point where you're having to pass on the work to someone else. Well, what's a better way than to actually let them know or notate your document on what stage of the process you're in right now. So if you would like to add a drop down, you'll click on insert, and there's a drop down option right here. Once you click on that, it'll give you a option to either the review status of your document or project or assignment. Remember, this is also available in Google Slides. So if you're assigning a group project or anything to that nature, or you're working on a project together, or you're working on something where you have to pass it on to one of your peers, you're given an option to either um, add the status, the project status, or the review status. So get not started, all those options are available to you. So there's one option, as well as being able to tag someone in the assignment and with a task. Say, for example, the task is please review and edit. And you want to give this assignment to someone in on your team or the students. Click on insert, and you'll see smart chips. You can either add people for assignments, files that you need to insert into the document, calendar events, and even places. So I'll just choose people, and I will add an administrator. And there we go. And the person that you've tagged in it will receive a notification. I don't like to add don't show again in various many different applications or even on my phone, because I want to be reminded exactly of what task I am completing or even what notice I'm sending out. If I forget that I'm sending out notices at 2 a.m. because I'm working late, I don't, I've done that before where I'm waking people up with notifications. But that's one option. And of course, this is one of my favorite options, is actually adding comments in within a document. And that's in a way a great way to communicate feedback to your students or even tasks that you need them to complete without being within the document. So if you click on this icon right here, open comment history, and then we're adding a comment. And let's see, once again, I am please follow up on referral. And then I can tag someone in it as well and assign. And I'm not clicking assign because I don't want to assign this particular task, but you get my point. So this is all that I have for today. Let me go back to make sure that I'm meeting my agendas, objectives. So one was to, first of all, utilize voice typing and predictive text. So you can go back to that if you like to see exactly how I handle that task. And here's just within the slide deck. If you don't want to watch the video again, quick reminder on how to access the Smart Compose and the predictive text. Then it's a really quick GIF or GIF, whatever you want to call it, in terms of how to access the citation feature, at least one of them. And here we have the last one, which is editing and the feedback tools, which were able to either be done in the drop down option or with smart chips. Here we go. Adding comments is the last thing that I showed you. Now, if you have any questions in regards to anything that I've showed you in the past or that I just recently showed you, please feel free to reach out to me via email at sonia.hartley@clayton.k12.ga.us. You can also stop by my room on the ninth grade hall. That's room 141. You can reach me on my cell phone at 678-234-2072 to answer any questions that I might be able to get a response to you via text message, or you can, of course, call. Otherwise, I want to recommend for you to become Educator Level 1 certified or even 2 certified, which are the steps towards becoming a Google certified trainer. I think it's an excellent tool and resource to be a part of so you can grow as an educator. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next time.